Every year we have this holiday named Veterans Day, but do we really know what it's about? The veterans that we think have been through so much. They have been recruited to active duty, so they have to leave their family for long periods of times.
What was it like to know that you were going to see your family again on the way?
Oh, the homecomings were always so special. My wife, of course, and we have two daughters, and every time I came back from a long time, maybe I was gone for maybe 9 months, gone maybe 1 year, or gone maybe 6 weeks, or whatever. Every time we came home, it was like Christmas. It was to see your family again. And it was always so wonderful, homecoming. We were always so happy to see each other, and I've been truly blessed to have such a wonderful family. So homecomings are wonderful.
Veterans leave their families to fight for our freedom. Many of the veterans had a reason to join the Army or military.
What made me decide to join the military? You know, I always, my father was in the military, and I always wanted to serve the country, and I also wanted the idea of traveling around the world. And so when I was at the University of Kansas, I joined the ROTC, and so when I graduated the KU, I also got commissioned at the same time and became an officer. So I just I kind of want the sense of adventure and excitement and being around the world, and also the sense of serving the nation. So I think that's why I want to join the Army.
When the veterans were on their active duty, they would miss their family, so when they got home, it would be as joyful as Christmas.
When I first went, I think I was 20. When I first, let's see, yes, I was 20 years old when I went to boot camp at Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Could you describe what the experience was?
It was a rush experience, my first experience at boot camp. You know, eating very fast at the mess halls and running in formation all the time and doing a lot of physical activity for about 8 weeks. But it was also, remember, it was so fun. It was also fun when we played tug of war and we did obstacle courses and competed against other units. And so even though it was hard, it was also fun. And what you remember back, you remember the fun parts. You don't remember the part where they're yelling at you and making, you don't remember that part.
One word can have a different significance to each person.
Okay, what comes to your mind when you think about veterans?
Veterans or Veterans Day?
Just veterans.
Just veterans. I think the sacrifice, just how much people, individuals and families put their lives completely on hold to do something for us. So I think sacrifice, whether it's the time sacrifice or whether it's actually giving up like their life sacrifice. So that's what I think of when I think of veterans.
And then, do you do anything for Veterans Day?
We usually don't. I mean, in class, like if we would have class, I normally bring it up and we talk a few minutes about what Veterans Day is about. And we talk about, like, so it's on Saturday, we'll talk about it with my own kids a little bit, but normally we don't do anything different out of the ordinary.
Well, thank you.
Even though different people think of different things when it comes to Veterans Day, everyone has one common theme: serving our country. It is a sacrifice when they were deployed to protect our country, because their family didn't know if they were going to come back. So we not only need to thank the veterans, but we should thank their families too.
This is Allison Dreiling from Cardinal 4 News.